Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Astrology Victoria. Today with Tatiana hosting. Dulcie is not today, so Neptune will be filling in for her. Right, Neptune? Anyways, we are going to talk about the astrology of the fourth week of March, starting today. So let's begin with what is to be expected today and this coming week. Let me share my screen. Okay, and here we are, the astrology of March. Done. All right. Oh, I can see myself a little up here. So this is a little bit of what we are having in the sky. This week is a heavy energy of Pisces here and Aquarius, and we have discussed this energy extensively already. And this is mostly what we're having, very packed. These energies speak about release, letting go, dissolving. This is Pisces, things that are just connected to the other side. If you have not watched any of our videos for the month of March, we recommend you watch them so you see a little bit how the story has been weaving and in your own life how this has been happening. So this energy of dissolution wants us to see beyond our current reality or what we're living and the structures and things. However, there is also a very strong pull from Saturn in Aquarius that we'll be also discussing, which is this energy that wants us to move forward. Aquarius is the energy of the future, usually, is the things that we don't know yet. They don't exist, kind of. I mean, they do, but they don't. It's a little bit what brings the future. And we see in this image this kind of human family holding, this earth and with the ideas and that come from somewhere else. So this is a time where we might be getting a lot of info from, somewhere, the other side. Eureka moments, ideas, and we're creating almost this new world, literally creating a new world. So, and this can go, either way. With energy, it's the spectrum of whatever vibration we put into it. It can manifest one way or another. Pisces, the shadow of Pisces is completely being lost, confusion. The Pisces energy can be also martyrdom, too much sacrifice, self-sacrifice, not having any boundaries. That's the shadow of Pisces. The light of Pisces is extreme trust and connection in the flow and the divine, is the magic. It's an eternal, absolute compassion and an unconditional love. Wow. So if we align with that, I gotta tell you, this week, big week to enter this portal of what's the best for ourselves and humanity. And with Aquarian paradigm, Aquarius is the light of Aquarius is interdependence. It's community, it's co-creation, it's higher intelligence, it's advancement, future progress, technology to help the advancement of the whole. And the shadow could be too much coldness, too much detachment, too much brain activity, in detriment of emotion. So what wants connection in Aquarius is very paradoxical, because it seeks the connection of everything, the interdependence, but it could also create extreme divide and polarization, because then the groups could say, well, this is my group, this is my tribe, this is my people, and you are different. So it alienates. So you see, It could go both ways. So this is the energy right now that is really present. So whatever you're doing in your life, what are you aligning with? Your tribe, groups of people that think similar to you and still accepting that others are also part of the human family? Are you tuning into information that you would never probably tune into, just allowing the flow to dictate where your life is going right now? And this is the time to do that, to trust the deep intuition. So for the beginning of this week, so today we have already this conjunction of Mercury and Jupiter, very active. And of course, it's they don't come alone. They come with Neptune. It's a bunch. It's a stellium, basically. And these three planets, at its best, I'm going to read from one of our favorite books, The Archetypal Astrology by Ren Butler. This is one of the most beautiful transits if you can really harness its energy. A grand and irrepressible optimism, a rich and zany imagination, a creative flow of ideas and impressions, far-sighted idealism and vision, an awareness of higher meaning and connections in the universe. Whoa. So if you can align with that and really give into whatever your soul is longing and yearning to express in this lifetime, well, this is that time. This is it. Because this conjunction, it just only comes around every right? So Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. Wow, what a time to expand our consciousness. And this is exactly what it is. And what happens if we're aligned with the lower vibrations? We could be more going into starry-eyed over optimism and seeing the world through rose-colored glasses, vast mystical intellectual pretensions, the blurring of important mental distinctions. So you see here, even though anytime we have Jupiter, it's meant to be at least good, it's the great benefic. So it can't be bad at all. However, a lot of expansion of this, too much spiritual expansion can take us completely out of reality. And this is what we don't want to go to, especially if you want to just escape reality and the harshness of reality, then you will be missing the point. We would be missing the point. The point of expanding into greater consciousness and is receiving information so it can be brought down here on the planet. So people in the Virgo Pisces stellium might be having a beautiful transit, and at the same time a difficult one, because it's this push-pull of needing to control reality and at the same time needing to flow with what wants to come. It's much easier for any water signs at this moment. Scorpio and Cancer, you might be feeling this energy as something that pushes you into absolute trust and intuition. So follow that. The water signs, follow that intuition. It only wants to put you in the best place you could ever be. And for the earth signs, the other earth signs, Taurus and Capricorn, this energy has also, it's a sextile energy. So whatever areas of your life these energies are playing out in, especially your Pisces house, pay attention. What is wanting to expand? Also to dissolve, to connect you to something that is more true, more divine, more purposeful. Also because Jupiter is the seeker of truth, higher truth, and absolute meaning. So this is the time where a lot of people could be finding what is meaningful to them. And because we just had the equinox, the spring equinox, there's still time to embrace that energy. It's almost like going again through a portal of Where am I wanting to go? Move towards, not leave behind. It's what do I move towards? And that comes with trust. So that's big. Also, this conjunction of right now here, Neptune is trining the south node. So when this whole conjunction trines the south node, there might be gifts, and we've talked about these gifts in our previous videos. It's not like today is activating. It's more like this is the apex of the energy, where you might be remembering things from the past. And these gifts come here to serve the future. They come here to serve what you came to do in this lifetime. So a lot of memory could be coming through the senses. This is not the time to be doing some accounting or stuff like that. No, with Mercury in Pisces and conjunct Jupiter, this is the time to dream big, 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 big dreaming, big vision, and drawing, dancing, painting. I mean, anything artistic will be immensely supported, and you could find things that you would have never thought you could find having this amazing energy. The thing is that we also have, at the same time, we have this big dream energy. We do have Uranus squaring Mars and Venus. So we've talked about Mars and Venus traveling together for a while, and here they are traveling together, kind of balancing out this give take, yang yin energies within us. In Aquarius, we've talked also extensively about this energy of, it's almost like a new way of relating, new ways of doing relationships. Venus in Aquarius can be very, also more detached. So this is a time where we might be seeing that some kind of relationships are not working. So with the square to Uranus, you see here, Uranus is squaring Venus, and Venus is still with Mars. So there might be a shakeup in relationships. So if you have been in a relationship for a while and you feel this urge to like, I want to break free. So this is something to see. Either it is because we need to move forward with new types of relating or relationships, or revamping existing ones, that there might be things that are actually not functioning. We might be seeking more freedom of expression, freedom to be who we are, and to express ourselves more deeply. So anybody with placements in the fixed signs, you might be feeling this as a very challenging time with relationships. So, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, this is where the tension is really building in this area of these areas of your life, especially around the 13-degree mark with Venus. Is like, I just want to do what I want to do and break free, and then just gonna change my hair color and I don't know, and leave this relationship and whatever. I just want to be free. And Mars, with a lot of action energy, could actually be giving potency to these choices and just doing them. Sometimes it might be because it's needed, but beware that what is the actual need to change in the way we do relationships. What is the actual need? Is it a need for freedom of expression, or for freedom from something that is completely outmoded? Or is it because there is something definitely better out there? So at this moment, I would recommend, for especially the fixed signs, to be conscientious that this transit will also pass, and to be in the discomfort of what needs to be left behind and the new things that want to come, not to completely disregard the other as well. Meaning it could be a harsh, abrasive, cut. Sometimes it's just like, whatever, I'm out of here, So keep your relationships in check and keep yourself in check, because this is also an internal dynamic of how we're trying to balancing these new energies. I always think about these kind of transit like this as a new relationship template that probably has a little bit more freedom with it. For example, people that don't necessarily live together, but they can build a relationship. Relationships are not necessarily the model of white picket fence, family unit, centralized model of husband, wife, dog, child. This is probably also expanding towards what relating actually means. Give, take. The relationship is not just man and woman, it's man, woman, and other people. It's Aquarian, is my relationship to you, the flowers, the universe. Like it is the interrelationship of everything that is. So by redefining how we relate with ourselves and the world, we might be actually bringing in a whole new template of existence. This is very tribal as well, very how we connect with each other and how we see value in everything. And because Aquarius has this thing about being your unique self within the fabric of everything, it is important to bring this acceptance, which the Pisces energy also brings. So hopefully what we're seeing is more acceptance of the other and more connection and compassion. So if this is you, please leave comments in the comment section so we can discuss how this energy is impacting your life. People having their Uranus opposition at this moment in time, ages 40 to 43, oh my goodness, you might be having this is a big energy that's pushing you, because with that Uranus opposition here to natal Uranus and squaring this, oh my goodness, people, you better be shifting the way you do relationships and life. But hang on in there. This is a very uncomfortable, and it isn't applying. Venus and Mars are applying to Uranus. So this is almost like the end phase of a crisis cycle, the last crisis of this Mars, Venus, Uranus cycle, where there needs to be changes. And at the same time, we're going to have this day, and this is today, we have the Sun ingressing in Aries. And this changes a little bit the dynamic of the whole Pisces. However, it's not because today the Sun enters Aries so happy birthday, Aries people, that everything changes. But the energy will slowly start moving into Aries as well. And this is going to be like go time, all the new things. So you see, we're dissolving everything so everything can be reborn again somehow. So this is kind of a very crucial time of making decisions that come from the heart, the actual heart, the heart and the higher heart. This is where you can make the best decisions for your life, not out of fear, not out of, I need to move away from something because I'm scared, but I want to move towards something because I feel a divine pull towards something, and trust. So this is a little bit basically this first beginning of the week, and this is kind of very exact or very strong today. And we also, you can see that Venus is also now, towards Friday, throughout this whole week is going to be this flow energy, right? Great week for connecting, ceremony, meditation, dreaming, painting, drawing. I said all of that. Venus is enclosed between Mars and Saturn. So this can be very harsh, especially having that square to Uranus still active and Mars being square to Uranus. There might be very harsh, rash action going on. Again, like breaking things, like maybe accidents. Like you see, it's a very impulsive energy. And this is why, because it's with Venus, there's this impulses that may be unstoppable. And sometimes the impulse is good, but I would definitely say mitigate those impulses. Whatever. Rash impulse may lead to accident, may lead to regret later. So tone it down. And Saturn helps with that. And it's not a bad thing that Venus is necessarily enclosed between Mars and Saturn, but let's say graceful Venus that wants to do things in an easy way might find that you have less patience for grace, and that things don't come easy. Relationships might be strained. You know, Saturn tends to put strain in relationship, but the strain only wants to be there so that we create better structures or better commitments. I mean, it could be seen in different ways. It could be seen as, oh, this is really bad. This feels stifling. And then Mars can come to a very strong action and just like, and then break something. So these breakthroughs might be good, but if they leave a lot of hurt and, you know, and disappointment, then you have to pick up the pieces. So how are we doing this responsibly? That's Saturn's ask for Venus. How do we do relationship responsibly? You see, that's the thing with Saturn. Saturn is not the bad guy. Saturn just wants us to do things that will be long lasting, that are structures that serve in the long term. And it asks always for maturity, integrity, and responsibility. That is Saturn's role. So this is the ask of Saturn right now for that Venus, you know. So I'm just gonna go crazy, do whatever I want. With Mars also going like, yeah, revolution, let's just, you know, break free from everything. And Saturn says, wait a minute, how are you gonna do this so that you're not ending up worse than before? So you see, it paces this Venus, but it's very uncomfortable, you know, it's uncomfortable, you know. So using mindfulness is going to be probably very useful at this time. And I say mindfulness because it's really minding also the other, minding ourselves, minding the other, using, instead of, again, breaking free and leaving a whole mess. How do we do this? By asserting clear boundaries. And this is also Saturn's domain, clear boundaries, but always with love. You know, like, this is what I need. This is how I need it. It's not about you. It's really what my soul is wanting. And then you can always negotiate relationships in very beautiful ways. And yes, this could put a lot of strain in that. So, and we will have a little bit more of that conjunction of Venus and Saturn coming into play at the end of the week, and it will keep going throughout next week. So now we're starting to see the conjunction of Venus Saturn. So again, relationship stifles, you know, you might feel that what you want to do, it's not necessarily being, you know, what I love, desire. It's difficult. And then it's squaring the nodes, you know, this square to the nodes of Saturn, and it's starting to square. So again, this will carry on to next week. So we will talk more about it and about this next week, but it's starting. So there's always, when there's this square to the nodes, there's looking back, moving forward kind of moment where we want to stay stuck to what the past has given us. And then there is an ask of these two planets for the future. How are you building a better relationship? And relationship is relationship to value. Remember, Venus represents value, and it's also self-worth. Money comes with that as well. What is relationship to money? So sometimes Saturn might go, okay, then no money for you, so you can see its value, and how you're going to value this, or how you're going to handle it. That could be one way of seeing it. And again, or no relationship for you, like you're going to be by yourself, alone. See if you can harness some inner value back for yourself. Or, there's all these possibilities with Venus Saturn. There's also the good thing about Venus Saturn is also commitment. Maybe this is time to be more committed as well. But with Uranus in the mix, how are we going to do that? It's like, I want to be free. I don't want to be stifled. So what kinds of agreements can we make that support more freedom? This is a little bit of what's going on. And if we take it to the world stage, it's what kind of new agreements could we come to do as a world community or as communities to have better relationships, but that still value individual freedom, individual love for each being. This is Venus again, is what I value, what I love, it's the grace in me that pulls me towards whatever is beautiful to me and valuable. So with Saturn there might be a lot of strain. If we learn to work with Saturn, we can reap enormous rewards. And the strain, because Saturn's still in his own sign, in his own domain. So Saturn is very strong at this point in time. Because Uranus, it's not very comfortable in Taurus, right? So Saturn is comfortable right now as it's still in Aquarius. So this is like, let's build something, a new structure of reality that can hold the long term and the betterment of everybody and everyone. So if you have this in you, what is the best for you individually and collectively? So you see, this is the little catch. It's not just about me, myself, and I. Because with a lot of Aries energy, there will be a push to me, myself, I, and my projects, my things, my. But you need to define what it is for you that is best. Remember, never out of fear, always out of love. And the little last thing, we have a sextile of Mercury to Pluto also this time around. So even though this is a very fleeting sextile, so it's not like, oh my God, how important this is a good time to still look into structures that are no longer serving. Pluto, as it transits its last degrees in Capricorn, is crumbling all the structures of power. I want the power. I want to be up here. And as we move into Aquarius, we're kind of dissolving that into, wow, how can we all move in harmony together, interdependently, without losing our individuality? You see, this is where self-awareness comes into play. And this is where I encourage you to look really within and connect to what's in your soul. So this is a little bit of the end of our week. Very important week of the year. Find your path. Connect to compassion. Connect to yourself. Connect to others. Love others. Not by alienating, by including. So with this, I'm going to leave you, and we will see you next week with more astrology. Blessings.